feeling sometimes like I can't have anything nice. Well, good morning, good friends. So if you give a mom a cookie, if you give a mom something she has to go to the downstairs basement grocery store for, you will come up with 4 bags of bagels, a case and a half of yogurt, and the coffee creamer I went down for. So got the coffee creamer. I'm actually going to Sharp Shopper today, maybe Costco. I got a whole list. And when I saw these, I was like, yep, these need to go back upstairs and they'll be gone fast, quick, and in a hurry. And these bagels have been in the downstairs refrigerator. We started putting bagels in the refrigerator because just this summer, some things have molded in that cabinet. So anyway, a little meal prep in here. And yesterday, I just finished my third, sorry, I've got a refrigerator door closing on me. Just finished my third, let's organize the refrigerator too. Big batch, sugar-free, gluten-free, Trim Healthy Mama dessert video. So there's lots of goodies in here. This is a delicious carrot cake. And this is, let's see if I remember, cinnamon butter bundt cake. We made it as cupcakes, but I had enough batter to also do a 9 by 13. Well, good friends, I am out and about on this Monday. I had an early morning appointment. Maybe I should just say an early morning appointment. All of the brain cells are not fully firing because my sleep was not fantastic last night. And usually I get pretty good sleep, but my sleep the night before, we just had later evening things and stuff. And 2 nights in a row of not great sleep. That's today's chapter. That's how we start out this brand new week on this Monday. But I'm going to eat one of those burritos in a bowl situation. This is that looks more than 1/4 of a cup. Let me see. Probably 1/4. I don't even think that's 1/2 cup of white rice. And we'll say 1/2 cup of white rice, 1/4 of a cup of black beans. Okay, we're doing it. I'm eating. It's 11:35. I told my 10-year-old that his adventure today is when I got out of my appointment, I'd be back home probably about 12:30 or so. And then he's gonna go out with me today while I film a bunch of videos. As I like to say, Mama's gotta pay the bills. So we are filming a big, well, I don't know the size of the grocery haul. It'll be big for normal people. It'll be a week's worth for me. We're gonna film a Sharp Shopper and probably Costco video together. And then for my private paid membership community, I'm going to do a thrift store video and a Dollar Tree video. And then, and if you're ever interested in that, it's largefamilytable.com/community. I've grown that community. It's kind of like a ongoing fun adventure course, and I am your host. So that has been going on for 5.5 years. It'll be 6 years as of January. So, and those members get exclusive content with me and live events and all those things every month. So we're going to film for them too. I'm going to come back home and film the end of the grocery haul, which is for this channel. What else is on my to-do list? I keep having this dress video that it's been on my list for like 2 weeks now that I was going to film for my second channel. This channel and all the needs here take priority first. Take priority first because it's the biggest part of my income stream universe. So anyway, I had moved that dress video until this evening, but I think this evening is going to look more like walking, running, hot bath, reading, getting to bed at a good time, and getting myself flipped around for the new week. The last 2 weeks, I've been on a really, really good schedule. Hey, thanks for morning chatter or afternoon chatter. It's 11:37. Anyway, I had to get that sun out of my eye. I've been on a good routine of like towards 8 p.m. heading towards bed. My little dudes and I are listening to audiobooks from like 8:15 or 8:30 until about 9 or 9:15, and I'm basically sleeping, somewhere between 9 and 9:30, getting up about 5. And that gives me a couple hours in the morning to do my reading, do my walking. Some mornings I put my running in the morning. Anyway, it's just what my nervous system and my body needs for my healing is that time for myself in the mornings. And we got to get me flipped back around today. But since I'm ahead of schedule for picking up my 10-year-old, and I am at a very serious part in the glass castle where I think her dad has taken her to a bar and is going to I'm like thinking, how do I even word this? I think he doesn't have the best intentions for taking her with him to help make some more money for the family. And I've got to eat my burrito in a bowl now and get her out of that bar situation, because she's 17, okay? And her mom is gone, and she's already like feeding the kids at home on $3.50 a day. The dad's already been taken. It's a lot. It's a lot. So since we're ahead, I'm going to read for like 30 minutes, get my 10-year-old, go to the city, do the filming, do the day. Nope, this is trouble. She's not 17. She's 13. This is not great. It would be equally not great if she was 17. Okay? It's just all wrong. Alrighty, so I actually have two dudes with me. So we just got the little $5 meals from McDonald's. One is going to have nuggets and a McChicken and fries, and the other one has the McDouble and nuggets and fries, and they also both came with 2 drinks. Of course, we know what Mom's picking up. Alrighty, Mom got the spicy East Coast Italian, of course, wrapped in lettuce and a quarter pickle. And then we are running into this Dollar Tree over here to do another exclusive video for my membership community. So also today when we were out, we hit Dollar Tree and some thrift stores. These are all, like, look, 5-piece M&M cups, $1.50. Got some different, just little cheap coffee mugs. This is from the Dollar Tree. You are the bee's knees. Another water bottle. Some fun dinosaur Band-Aids. I mean, these are already gone, right? So much fun. What's that, a volcano? Okay. Regular old Band-Aids. Got a basket. Really, I picked up the basket to carry my stuff around the store, but also let's have another basket. Got this neat book on scorpions with a real scorpion in there. Also, Dollar Tree, I got some loot for my preschooler. Some other teenager things. Well, I finished the glass castle this morning while I had my morning coffee. Alrighty, so I'm gonna do a bunch of big batch scrambled eggs. I have these egg yolks, it's probably 20 egg yolks from that Trim Healthy Mama baking day we had the other day, and I needed egg whites, so there we go, we got egg yolks left. And then I have these eggs at the bottom of this box, so we'll just do a pretty decent sized batch. Going to probably just microwave some of this cooked chicken sausage, and while I do this, you know I'm having celery and some mashed avocado. Still working on finishing my second cup of coffee, and we're gonna get moving with this day. All right, we're out for errands. Made it through the post office. It's 91. We know what's good. We know what our priorities are. Ice cream time. Okay, we've never seen one of these in real life, but I'm told that this is a red velvet ant. Wild. So we've been walking and doing some fun things at the park after ice cream. Gonna go to Walmart after this. Super exciting. I'm gonna get me some new washcloths for the kitchen because I'm down to like 3. I don't think I've bought any in well, probably 3 years. So I think it's okay to get some today. I got new towels the other week at Costco and I feel like a new woman. So let's do this. We made it into Walmart. Of course, we gotta look at things. Okay, I wanted to look at the Pyrex. And then also, important decisions must be made. Okay, probably just gonna go for some of these. Yeah, I'll put these back. But also, won't be mad about some of those. Look, it's got a chip there. These are pretty. Alrighty, so we've got one cheeseburger and ketchup meal. And another cheeseburger and ketchup meal. And then a really delicious spicy cheeseburger without a bun. Add bacon and add fried egg. Almost a mile in at the Children's Museum. Good morning, friends. We've got Bookstack activated. It's water park day, but we got to do our morning things first. Also, we have our specially requested preschooler breakfast, some pistachios, some blueberries, and also one of our THM sugar-free, gluten-free muffins that's gonna start the water park priming up energy. Also, a simple request for an apple going out to the 8-year-old, getting our day started. Alrighty, got only half a mile or so in. Folks inside are doing their morning things. We are gonna leave for the water park soon, but I am gonna get about a 30-minute run in before we go. Alrighty, good friends, well, it is water park day, so we have to do some food processing. And no, not all of this is going to the water park, so we've got a couple different things happening here. This is just some stuff I wanted to bring down, or bring up from the freezer. So we've got a shrimp ring from Sharp Shopper, so I'll put that in the fridge. That'll start to defrost, and I have a lot of people that will just tear that up over the next 24 to 36 hours once it's defrosted. We have a mystery 9x13, so I'm sure it's something delicious. 99% of the time we label things, but this is like the last man standing of 9x13s in the freezer, so we're gonna see what that is. We've got these pizza dough balls I wanna put in the upstairs refrigerator to defrost. I have about 8 of those homemade pizza dough balls that we made a few months ago when I attempted that big batch pizza cooking project, and I figure, well, today's Thursday. If I set them out to defrost now, I'll get to them in a few days. It may not even be until Monday, but at some point coming up, hey, look, I meal prepped. We'll have homemade pizza. And I had gotten these a few months ago at Sharp Shopper. They're just breakfast scrambler, egg and cheese. You know, we don't have any more of our breakfast freezer meals besides a few more bags of Walmart pancakes. So I wanted to just have 2 packs of these. And how many is even in here? Maybe 6? I don't know. It looks like maybe 6, so maybe I have 12 of these, and they're little, so that might be, I don't know, maybe Saturday morning or weekend breakfast for a couple folks. I'm just gonna put them, folks and folks. Gonna put them in the refrigerator and they can do what they will with them. And also bringing up another thing of butter. So that's just some pulling things out of the freezers. I am super inspired. I feel it coming up. I am super inspired to get some big batch homemade freezer cooking days going coming up. I want to clear a little bit more room in the freezers, do some organizing, but we probably have I'm gonna say 50-ish pounds of farm-raised grass-fed beef from last August when I bought the full cow. We have 3 to 4 big bags of beef bones. I have quite a lot, I don't know, maybe 7 chicken carcasses. And we have some different chicken cuts to use, but really with some intentionality, you and me and you, we can work through those items, get some things processed, get some more room back in the freezers, because I am down a freezer still that I haven't replaced. Just life and stuff and things. I know last summer we did a use it up freezer and pantry challenge, and we might do something along those lines coming up to get some room, to get some things organized and do some big batch cooking projects from there. So, water park day. We have these Uncrustables I got at Costco last week. There's been a few samples taken. I got these 2 packs of Roaring Waters Capri Suns from Sharp Shopper. We can get free water cups at the water park, yay, but that's just something for in the parking lot. We have a thing of organic applesauce pouches. I was trying to tear these bags apart downstairs and leave one in the downstairs fridge, bring the other one up. I wanted to bring some carrots and some blueberries for the water park today, but I just knew, you know, like my shirt says, I'm the problem. I knew something was going to go haywire with this perforated line, so I came upstairs for scissors. And I also have some things, like we have a couple little mini microscopic packs of Cheez-Its, and we'll bring a thing of granola bars. And then, I mean, these are amazing. These are amazing. I'm like, oh, I love it. I took out 2 of those the other week. So anyway, that's our last one. So that's a good water park snack too. And it's only me and 5 kids going to the water park today. Who am I? Like 5 kids is like 1 kid. Life mysteries, though. I'm going to see what this is. Trying to remember in recent months what we've done. And again, you know me, you know my freezers. I like hardly ever pull some shenanigans like this. I do pull shenanigans, but not usually an unlabeled freezer meal shenanigan. So let's see what we got here. Okay, oh boy, oh good. Hey look. You know what this is, right? This is a frozen meatloaf, grass-fed ground beef. I see old-fashioned oats in here. And that will be dinner tonight. Mwah. And we cleared out a little more freezer space. I'm glad. We also in the freezer have 2 bags of taco meat that we prepped. So we might do that in the coming week too. These will be on low, and we'll have those as an option along with baby carrots and blueberries and some other things with that meatloaf we found. A found meatloaf. Also gonna pack my crunchy almond butter for the water park. I have a random mom avocado, sugar-free, crunchy almond butter, and celery that needs used up snack bag. So I think I'm just gonna dump some of the stuff from boxes, not the crust offs, those are called, but the applesauce pouches and these, I'm just gonna dump them on top of the big ice packs. Seems good enough. Cuts down on space. And these, I mean, even 5 kids will suck these down quickly. And these things here don't really need to be in a bag with ice packs, but I'm doing this to keep all of our food. I've got limited space in my pretend trunk. So at least now we know that in this one zipped bag, all the food remains. Whew. Hot, hot, Virginia, hot, hot, hot. Good thing we're going to the water park. And so hot car. We're gonna get this started, get the windows open. Well, we're back, and how it goes, I'm crying in the car. Just get feeling sometimes like I can't have anything nice, you know. It's a silly thing, but on my my personal Facebook account, I had like 2,000 friends, and I mean, who really has 2,000 friends, right? But I had 2,000 friends, and when my life imploded, you know, I cut it down to like 500, and over time, I cut it down to 392 people, and they were mostly, you know, like handful of people I went to high school with, some random people from different churches, some homeschool, just like, again, who really knows 392 people? But I thought I had whittled my list down pretty well. And what I have used my personal Facebook account for 17 years is just like a scrapbook of a scrapbook of my homeschooling and our vacations of my life. And even a week ago, I went through, you know, and got rid of 50 more people, because safety is a big thing. And the other day, I posted on my private Facebook page, which again, you post something on social media, is it really private? No. There's still 392 people looking at it. But still, you know, I felt safe. It's that feeling of safety and then not being safe. That's someone calling a cat. One of those people went to one of the hate forums and posted some happy private news I had shared about my kids and our homeschooling. And that was just that. We got back our annual testing, and everybody tested actually several grade levels ahead. And like, good job, team, right? So I'll never know who, but it is one of my personal people
went and created a hate forum account and shared that. So now I can't even have my stinking little happy personal Facebook account. I mean, I have to have it because I have business pages attached to it. But I've just had so much loss that even stupid losses are really big to me. So that's Thursday's chapter. I go live in an hour with my YouTuber, Extraordinaire Students, and then I go live with my private membership community, and I'm just gonna walk in the rain for a little bit. And I'm really big on, like, we're allowed to feel our feelings, and we have to feel our feelings and let them flow through our body. And I spent so many years pushing my feelings down and just putting on a happy face and making the best of it. And again, I think we do pretty okay. But also, some things just suck. They just suck. And for someone in my local universe to just go do that, I mean, I've had all kinds of violations, but that hadn't happened yet. You know, I still got to keep my little private Facebook and my small little circle. And so I hate that for me. I just do. And because I have so many, what one person said, well, I could just, keep posting and make my post private so only I could see it and not my little friend circle. But I have 17 years of, like, I don't know what to call it other than our homeschool life scrapbook. And I can't go through 17 years and make it all private. So, anyway, just crying and snotting everywhere. And, so, thanks for listening, friends.
So, Mama's pulled herself together here a little bit. All the noise is happening though. My air fryer should be done in a minute. My little air conditioner box is turned off. Gonna turn that refrigerator off probably so everybody can hear me and talk happy things about YouTube and answer questions and all of those things. So we have the sweet potatoes in the slow cooker. We have the meatloaf in the oven. That meatloaf, still very frozen. I mean, I'm gonna check on it in an hour. I just tinted the foil. They probably did a quarter of what we packed for the water park today. Of course, there were less of us than normal, and we stayed about 3.5, 4 hours. There ended up being a thunderstorm, so they closed the outside portion, which brought more people in, and it just seemed like a good time to go this afternoon. So anyway, working mom figuring things out since dinner's not ready, and here I go in 6 minutes. I set the water park bag out in the living room with a trash bag, and I'm like, hey, look, we meal prepped. We got Uncrustables, we got carrot sticks, we got applesauce pouches, we got some more Capri Suns. What else was in there? We got some granola bars, we got some dried fruit and stuff and things. And so they are having a snacky water park dinner continuing. I'm gonna go live. Then we're gonna have a later part 2 dinner. That's how things are gonna work around here this evening. And also recently, I'm just gonna turn that off for a little bit. Air fryer's almost done. I had someone ask me, I think in a comment in that video, Mama's gotta pay the bills. Just, you know, well, Jamerrill, haven't you always been the one, haven't you been the income earner for over a decade? Yes, I have been successful online, and I have supported my entire large family for well over a decade. But I have this whole other list, roll the scroll, of things that I am dealing with and have to deal with, and that are not going away, and that I'll be dealing with for a long time to come. I have this whole list. Hello, air fryer. I thought I was gonna have time to eat something real quick, but anyway, I'll have another spoonful of almond butter. Yes, I have been the sole provider for my large household for a long time, but I have these 20 other things on this bingo card that I was not also dealing with and navigating, while also being the sole provider of my large household. So the variables are aplenty. And that's where I say, thanks for listening to me cry over my silly little personal Facebook account. The list of things I still have is short. My little, like I said on my second channel, and hey, we'll get back to having some videos over there. Still haven't filmed the dress video yet. We'll just keep circling. My little list of things that bring me joy is a short list, which is why I've been working hard to get so much reading done lately, because I know that reading is good for my brain. I know that fiction is good for my brain. I know that getting lost in the stories of other people is good for me. That's why for 2 years, getting my steps in and my movement and running and making my little food choices, like all of these things are my little fragile framework of joy. And so it's a bummer. It's a bummer. It's like a little micro loss, you know, like how many micro losses do I have to deal with? It's just a bummer to lose that joy, that little bit of connection that I've had for 17 years of being able to share little family adventures with a small, you know, compared to social media, compared to large social media platforms, but like a small group of people who've, you know, maybe we went to vacation Bible school with and we've still stayed connected with, or I don't know, just wherever you gather your personal Facebook friends from. I guess my brain doesn't know. I guess because the length of time, my brain is mourning that, like almost as if like it's another person. So danced around the barn, talked about all the things. Now we'll talk about YouTube. Happy Friday. The refrigerator is on in the background talking to us. I have some food I made for myself for lunch. Don't be surprised, a ribeye and some broccoli. I've eaten about half the ribeye. I also had, surprise, surprise, celery and an avocado cup and some celery and some sugar-free almond butter. My little framework of food that I eat. I can't quite finish the other half of the ribeye right now, and I'm not, now that the broccoli's made, I don't want any of it. So lots of celery, must have been good. Just gonna cut up this ribeye, throw it on top of the broccoli, and I will reheat it later today. I did have about 10,000 steps before 10 a.m. That was great. And I also got in a little over a 2-mile run. And I also had my trauma and grief therapy this morning, which is why I have no makeup on yet, because I had to be able to cry. And cry today is also what I think is going to happen. I'm also redoing my schedule a little bit. It's overcast outside. Doesn't say it's going to rain, but looks like it. And on my to-do list schedule for today is my 3rd Blackstone video, but also half of my meat isn't defrosted yet. So I'm just making some life choices here. And so what I think I need to do, well, I know I need to record voiceover for 2 more videos. I want to go get another propane tank so that when I do the Blackstone video, now that's gonna be tomorrow, I can have a bigger tank. So I'm not using those little green propane canisters. We'll give the meat another day to defrost. I want to plan my next freezer cooking video. What else? Well, I just feel the way that I work through sadness and grief. See, I feel like I'm gonna cry even saying it. The way that I work through stuff as it comes up in my body is to walk. So I think, besides the weather, so you don't have to watch me cry through this video and my 3rd Blackstone video, I think, and now the refrigerator will give us a moment of silence. Thank you, refrigerator. I think that today, in between, oh, and the plumber's coming, because not only do I have the water pressure in this sink issue, my upstairs toilet, I haven't been able to flush it without filling a bucket of water the last few days, and the water pressure in that sink's off, and now there's water that downstairs. There's a thing happening plumbing wise. So they're coming out, plumber, voiceover, walking, crying when I need to cry, and it looks like tonight is the last night at our local movie theater that's playing the new Jurassic World, and I had told my folks that we would go see that. So we are gonna go see that this evening, and we are gonna call today, what would today's chapter title be? I don't have a quick witty one. I do know we're gonna go solve some life problems, going to do a bank transaction, getting propane, and moving on with this day as gently as we can. And boy, this looks delicious. Look, I even got my steak a nice medium, but about half of that ribeye and all that celery, and that's all I can do right now. Okay, friends, we are on our way to the movies, but look at this. Whoa. So it was copper, cinnamon. I don't think, sounds like I'm saying cinnamon. I can't speak. Anyway, it was some stuff that wasn't supposed to be in here, and he cleaned that out, and that was amazing. We like easy fixes. I'm just filling my water. We could not pull off going to the pizza buffet before the movie, but we are pulling off 8 of us going to the movies tonight. So that's a win. Movies. So new thing in life, I am purchasing a tank. After that, I'll exchange.
Tap or insert.
Good morning. So it is late for me. It is 8:20. That's what a wild Friday night. Taking the kids to the movies and then milkshakes. We were all in bed by 10:30. But then we have our audiobook time, and one thing led to another. I don't know. But probably got to sleep a little after 11. It's now almost 8:30, and we're gonna get walking. And then we have a preschooler breakfast. We have one of these banana, yummy, Chobani Creations banana flavored yogurts from Sharp Shopper. We have one of our THM incredible peanut butter chocolate muffins, and then we have some blueberries and a motorcycle. Alrighty, still haven't got my run in, but we have been downstairs. I've been going through freezers and organizing, moving some things around, and I have 3 random, either gluten-free or I think they're all gluten-free. Yeah, gluten-free. I thought one of them was dairy-free. Yes, this brand is also dairy-free. So, LOL, haha, my gluten-free folks don't like these brands, okay? Some people do. But I also have youngins around here, and they don't care as long as it looks like a pizza. So just to clear some things out, happy Saturday morning. Mom is gonna make 3 random pizzas. We meal prep for the day, and there's some I guess 1 pack of these gluten-free dino nuggets that have been in the freezer like for 6 months, also not favored around here. But elementary dudes, I think they won't have too many problems with these, and they'll get them used, and like we always say, we meal prepped. Still have crazy morning hair. What's new? The parchment paper is just a little joke. I'm just gonna compare my cooking times because I just figured if I can just get all this on a sheet pan. Okay, so that's 450, 10 to 15. You are 450, okay. 16 to 20. Okay, and then you are, where are you? 400, 15 to 17. So I think I will rig this up and maybe do 425. Let's see, you are 425, 10 to 12. Well, we're doing it. We're just gonna throw it all on there and see what happens. It is so funny that I bought new scissors and all my missing scissors came back home. Okay, I think we're gonna just make it. I am doing my big Blackstone meal prep video later in a couple hours, but this will be, I don't know, kind of first lunch snacky options. I think they're gonna eat it. And our meal prep and trash. So I've done a little over a mile already this morning with some Power Wheels Jeeps and some Lego dinosaurs walking with me and all of those adventures. Just went down to the basement and gave some organizing mama details to some big dudes, some things they can do this morning while I walk. Then it's like, is that thunder? Maybe. I'm going to keep walking while I wait for that stuff to come out of the oven. Then I'm going to put that on the counter with some plates, you know, and some blueberries. And that's some food for some folks. Then we're going to work on getting me ready. And I'm going to work on that Blackstone video today. Okay, I heard one of the pizzas is really burnt. Oh, well, we can pick those pieces off. That'll be okay. We'll probably pretty okay. Probably pretty okay. And I don't know that these are done. Yeah, probably. Okay, well. No, I've seen worser. I've seen worser burnt pizzas. We did pretty good. See, I was kind of guessing on my timing. I was not doing this with perfection. I was doing this as me, myself, and I. We're just going to pick those off. Alrighty, so I don't know what else we need in life for perfection, but we've got some pizzas that finally won the prize out of the freezers, some chicken nuggets. We got the shade and the hammock and the birds and the trees. Yeah, and we've been having just mommy's lap as the table, laying down in the shade, having a nice time. 6,200 steps so far. Happy Saturday. Haven't run yet, but that is coming up. Just taking this hammock lunch break. Okay, we are going to the outdoor kitchen location. I'm finally getting ready to film this Blackstone video. We spent a lot of fun times in the hammock. I ordered us a new fire pit the other day, by the way, so we can enjoy our fire pit times. And now we're gonna get going with this. And just had the eggs and bread brought out. Well, I did it. I got a bunch of Blackstone cooking done yesterday, and I'm so glad I did because I am not feeling well today.
But hey, look, we meal prepped. We got French toast. I actually have 3 of these 10 by 15s of this French toast, and what we don't eat, what they don't eat over the next 2 or 3 days. Like at day 3, if there's a tub left, I will put those into a gallon freezer bag and we will freeze them. And you know, a couple months it'll be like, hey, remember we had this French toast and we meal prepped. Alrighty, so while I'm nursing my cold or whatever's happening, I have 2 of these stuffed peppered soups that I had made. When did we make these? I think we made these this winter, like in January. I have 2 containers left as I was working on organizing and cleaning out my freezers. I'll have to set my camera down to open it, but this is delicious and my favorite. And this is with our full cow we bought last summer and the bell peppers from my friend's garden from 2022. Into the microwave it goes. Alrighty, good friends, I'm gonna go have my comfort soup and we're gonna watch one of my favorite movies, which is called The Secret Life of Walter Mitty. It's got Ben Stiller in it. It's been several years since I watched it, so that's what we're gonna do while Mama heals. But anyway, we have some apples, we have some ice cream. You know, popsicles are missing too. No, they're not. Popsicles are here. Tubs of ice cream, some more blueberries, strawberries. The Zevia soda has stevia in it, and that's a good flavor. Got some ginger ale of that, 2 watermelons, because that's what I want to eat right now. Some more syrup to go with all that French toast, and some milk to get us through.